Welcome back to another episode, guys. This is the Q&A.
Q&A time.
So we've reached out to you guys to get your...
Jesus
Christ, what is
Something
that?
flying around.
We've reached out to you guys to get your questions in regards to anything. So travelling, car, caravan, kids, what it's like to go back to home life, all that
Pretty
sort
much
of
everything.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, and then so we're going to go through those questions, and then we're going to talk to you about why we got our car and caravan.
Sorry. And I was going to say a bit of an update of what's going on.
And an update as well. Yeah.
Now, future, all that kind of stuff.
So yeah, the video, we definitely want to talk to you about why specifically we got the car and caravan that we did. So
why we changed, yeah.
And the kids are in there. Freddie is actually asleep. Parker and Quinn are in there. Parker and Quinn are in there on their iPads. So if you hear them, we have kids.
So, that's it.
Anyway.
And coffee.
Yeah, go get a coffee or a beer or whatever you fancy, and let's get through some questions.
Let's
go.
If
I get your name wrong, I am actually really sorry.
The first one's easy.
I'll just blame that I'm English. Okay, Red Dog Queensland, which is Craig. Hi, loving you guys' content. My wife and I are wondering why people keep going from dual cab utes to either landcruisers or patrols. We'd love a heads up before we start travelling. Thanks for your time.
It's a good question.
Yes.
Kind of aimed at us as well, isn't it? Because we did that.
It's funny, we did our lap and then we changed, which is...
Yeah. Oh, I'd say the main reason why people get those two vehicles is probably weights. You can just tow a lot more, and they are better suited with the bigger motors to tow things. Yes, the Land Cruiser needs the GVM upgrades and that, but like our last setup, it was lighter, but we had to have it lighter because the ute, and to be fair with the full family in the ute, it was, at its max of everything. It's a small motor, and that's why majority of the families you see on the road do have Land Cruisers and
bigger
patrols.
cars,
the bigger motor, they're made for towing. The bigger cars are made for towing, and that's the reason why I think. Like if you're just a couple, I think it's fine to have the ute and stuff, but still, most of the vans these days, they're very heavy, especially new vans. And I just think a lot of people say it, your vehicle should be heavier than what you're towing. That's the idea. And the patrols and Land Cruiser, they're made to do that. Obviously, like I said, the Land Cruiser needs the GVM upgrade to be able to do it, but we've done one trip so far, and just towing with the Cruiser, it wasn't unsafe with the ute, but it feels safer on the road, and it just does it effortlessly.
Yeah,
Jesus.
You said that as soon as we hit the road with the caravan on the back, you said you couldn't feel it, which is...
No, well, people said to me, they're like, you won't feel the van on the back, and I'm just like,
believe him.
Yeah, we'll see. But so
there you go.
I'd say people are going from dual cabs to the bigger cars is purely for weight reasons. You can tow more and the bigger motor.
Second one, Aussie003, when are you back travelling? Good question. Our hope is beginning of next year. That's what we'd like. We'd like a good another 12 months,
hopefully.
Right?
Of travelling,
What do you think we were talking about?
If you don't know, when Parker goes to high school, which is 2026,
6.
we wouldn't be travelling anymore. So, we don't have long.
But now it's coming closer, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I could teach high school. It's just a lifestyle I don't know if I want to give up yet. I know in my head I'm not done, so I'm just hoping after we've done another year on the road, I'm going to feel a bit more comfortable about only doing small trips. And I don't know, it's a hard one. Some people are good, and they're good after 6 months, and they're like, yep, did it, back in the house, cool. I don't feel done. Do you feel done? No
way.
So hopefully we feel a bit more.
So we're hoping for
done and settled.
Start of next year.
Yeah, for a year.
That's
what we're hoping.
Yes, that's what we're hoping.
Yeah.
Could change. Could be more. Could be less. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds.
Either way, we're definitely on the road for some capacity of time. Yes. Let's just say that. All right, Rig Explore Life. Congratulations, great setup. Well done. Thank you so much.
We love it.
All right. Yes, we do. All right, Emma. She's got a few questions for us, which is absolutely brilliant. All right, let's work through these. How come you downsized?
Sorry, there's milk on my beard.
To be fair, it's just what came up, and we thought actually it doesn't feel like, when we came in and had a look at it, it didn't feel like it was too much smaller than our 21-foot Franklin.
No, it didn't. It definitely didn't.
So it really didn't bother, and that's just because of the bed placement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
So we didn't downsize on purpose.
No.
It was, well, we'll go into why we bought the van, but it was the van that come up that we thought was perfect for us. So
That's it.
the downsizing was just, yeah, we loved the van.
That's it. How did you decide independent suspension over airbag self-leveling suspension?
It didn't come with airbag self-leveling suspension.
If it came with it, we would have
yeah.
chosen it. If it did, but it didn't. And yeah, look.
Oh, I would love it. Like, I've seen it on other vans and people use it and it just looks amazing, but this van didn't come with that suspension.
I guess it's not a deal breaker for us, really. So if we
Oh,
liked
no,
a van
God,
without
no.
it, it's not like it.
Oh,
would,
well, we
you
didn't
know.
even have independent last time, so
No.
it's definitely not a deal breaker. Would I want it? Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Do you like the kitchen and lounge being the opposite way? Hell yeah, that's exactly
Yes.
why we were looking. We literally were turning down vans because it didn't have the van and kitchen this way.
The van and
The
kitchen.
van and kitchen. kitchen.
Didn't have a van.
Kitchen didn't have a van. Kitchen and lounge this way. I mean, it's not a biggie, but I think we just wanted something different to our other van. Like if we were changing vans, we wanted
Well,
a
we
different
always
layout.
liked the layout like this, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a completely different space, like proportion-wise. It's really weird. It's the same.
Yeah. The only thing that I would change is the window size on the kitchen side.
Absolutely.
But we love the cafe style seating. We always wanted that, and we always wanted the kitchen on the awning side. So
Yeah.
and we got that. So
We got it.
stoked.
Okay, if you were buying a third van, would you pick east-west bed or go back to an island? It doesn't bother us. So yeah, would you, if you bought a third van, would you buy the bed again that way, or?
I think it kind of depends on the whole van, really. Like,
Yes.
yeah, it
To be
wouldn't
fair,
really bother
the
me.
whole bed setup doesn't bother us. It's the
No.
whole the van as a whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bed doesn't. I think like I said this on last week's episode. When we bought our first van, I don't think we could have got our heads around a bed this way
No.
because it doesn't
well,
seem
yeah.
conventional. But after being in a van
Well, I
for
didn't
15
really-
months on the road, it didn't.
I didn't really see beds this way.
No, there wasn't many.
Because all we did really was watch YouTube, and
Yeah.
when we researched, we were just looking at weights of vans, and
Yeah.
and I didn't really see many pop up, so I didn't really think about it until afterwards
Yeah.
when I seen people. I do like the ones where there's a bit of room at the end of the bed with the
Oh
is this
yes,
east-west?
yes.
But then it doesn't really bother us with the
No.
bed. No.
We'd buy another one with the same
Yeah,
bed.
the
It's
same
just
bed.
the more the van as a whole. That's our
Yeah.
whole. We like space. Well, the feeling of space,
Yeah,
and we think we've got it in our van. So
Yeah.
yeah. How do the kids feel about their new rigs? About their new rigs?
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
new, well,
It's theirs as
about
well, I
yeah.
suppose.
How about we ask them in the morning? So I'll
Yeah.
pop in a little video in here. All right, Gwynnie, what's your favourite thing about the caravan?
The curtains.
Really?
Yeah.
On the bed or in between the kitchen and
bed.
on the bed. Why do you like them on the bed?
Because when you and Daddy are watching telly, there's not that much light.
It's like a little cozy little spot for you.
Yeah.
Is that what you like it?
Yeah.
Give me, what do you reckon, one more other thing you like about the caravan?
The chairs.
Do you like the chairs that way?
Yeah.
Do you like that better than what we had the last time?
Yeah.
Ah, why is that? So you can watch me eating? Silly mummy! So do you like this caravan?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you excited to go away in it around Australia again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
I have a feeling this is going to be exactly the same answer. What's your most favourite thing about the caravan?
The curtains.
Oh, I wonder why. Why do you like them the most?
Because then I can sleep better in the dark.
Oh, you sleep in the morning for a lot longer now, don't you?
Yeah.
Because it's so dark and you got your own little space. Excited to go away again in around Australia? Yeah. Do you have a special place you'd love to go see again?
The science place in Toowoomba.
The science.
The science museum.
Really? Yeah. That's what you want to go see? Yeah. So you just want to go to a science museum. Are you excited to go around again? All right. Bye, mate.
Bye.
Freddie, what do you love about the caravan?
Freddie, do you like the car?
No. Do you love the caravan? No. Are you not in the mood? No. Okay. Shall I leave you alone? Yeah. Oh, you're a tinker.
Yeah.
Tinker. All right. What was the most common brand seen on the road whilst travelling Australia? I definitely would say Jayco,
Yeah,
actually.
I'd say jayco would probably.
And it was really weird. You'd go along and there'd be another named caravan that you've never seen before.
Oh, there's
Don't you
so
reckon?
many
There's so
caravans
many.
out there. It was crazy.
It was like, what's the name of that one? I've never seen that one before, and it's wild. But I'd say
what-
mainly
Oh,
Jayco's.
Jayco would be the most, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't even tell you a second, really, because there's that many.
I know.
Um,
We didn't see many Franklins. We'd
No.
see a few and we're seeing them and we're like,
yeah.
ah! But
But yeah,
yeah.
definitely Jayco.
Yeah.
Leah doesn't have cars or caravans, so Lotus was definitely up
Oh,
there.
yeah, there
Not
was a
as
few
big
Lotus.
as Jayco, but there was quite a few Lotus as we were
Yeah.
getting around.
Yeah. What percentage was semi-off-road or full off-road?
Oh, percentage. That's a hard one.
Well, if
Depends
you-
where we were, I suppose.
If you look at our friend group that went on the Gib,
They're all
5 of us
semi-off-road.
was
Oh, yeah, one was
semi-off-road and
off-road.
1 was off-road.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd say majority, depending where you were.
Mm.
Like on the Gib, other than us, I'd say most of them were off-road vans that I seen.
Mm.
Seen quite a few Jaycos out there, a lot of hybrids out there. But yeah, I don't know, it's a hard one. Yeah, semi-off-road was probably, because even when we went on to 14 Mile, the beaches and all that, I reckon most of them were semi-off-road.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a few big off-road vans, but yeah, I think people just know you can pretty much get anywhere with any
we
kind of
always
van.
said it with our Franklin, you can go anywhere,
You can.
do anything, just drive through the conditions.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
Yeah, I heard it, and I lived by it ever since I heard that, and we ended up going everywhere we could with ours.
yeah.
So
There you
yeah, I don't think it matters what van you got, really.
Do you suggest tin and wood structure or composite?
Oh well, our Franklin was tin and wood, and this one is aluminium frame. I'm not sure about if you mean the composite paneling, where it's got no frame. I don't know. We can't really comment too much about what's better, but all I know is if you can get a leak in a wood one, it can rot. So
We never had any problems with our Franklin at all, though.
no
So, which is
problems
good.
with that.
But I mean, you hear about stories all the time,
Yeah.
which is kind of scary. But
So, but even if you've got aluminium or composite, you probably don't want your van leaking anyway.
no.
It's probably not a good thing. But if it did leak and you got wood, I suppose it could be trouble down the track. But I don't know.
Yeah, we've just never had any problems so
Yeah.
far, though. Touch wood.
Yeah, I couldn't. I messed the hair up.
but yeah.
We can't really comment
Dunno,
too much on that.
But we do read a few stories, and that's quite scary, especially new vans and stuff. And it's just like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, we didn't have ours for what did we have ours for? 2 years? A year? Year and a half?
yeah,
Something like that. So long term, we can't really comment on
no.
what's the best to get. But I don't know.
Go on Facebook pages and
Yeah, I did that a lot.
and just look up stuff. People will tell you their opinion on their on those pages. We read up a lot of things on there about caravans and stuff. So
Yeah, and just remember, you'll always hear the worst about a caravan brand online. Like, people don't go online on Facebook and that to
to
say
praise
the
about
positives.
stuff.
Yeah, so you always hear the negatives of the brand. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind, because keep that in mind.
Yeah. All right, this one's a good one. When looking at second-hand vans, what are some of the key points to check?
Oh, well, we're not experts. Like, all
We're
we
no
are was a
experts.
family that travelled in a caravan, but
That's what we loved. We loved that they actually had travelled Australia in this van. So it wasn't just someone going on weekend trips down the road or whatever. So that was
yeah, they say
quite good. We went around obviously and looked at all the walls. We opened everything. We did all that.
Open every
We took our
cupboard, looked
time.
inside everything.
Yeah.
I looked under the van, checked all the chassis, looked for cracks, looked for different wearing. Looked around the shower, made sure there was no soft spots. I did all that, and I literally just learnt that from watching YouTube. Really,
Yeah.
just seeing other people
Good
doing
old
it.
YouTube.
Yeah. And we literally checked everything, didn't we?
We did.
It's
yeah.
just visual,
Open everything. I mean, you're probably always going to get something wrong with a van.
Yeah, I have heard people, you can get a moisture tester. I think you can go around. I didn't go that crazy into it. I thought if I can see something mouldy on the wall or something, that's probably a sign. But yeah, we looked at everything, and that's pretty much what we
So
did.
when we actually sold our van, the new owners actually got someone to come out and have a look at it and inspect it. So
Yeah, that's another
that's
option.
another option for you guys if you're looking at a second-hand van. So yeah,
It's probably not a bad idea. We didn't do that, but that's
because
definitely
he thinks
something.
he knows best.
I don't think that. I just don't want to
knows
spend
it.
the money. I want to save that for travelling.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Traveling with 2 moodles. How did you guys lose so much weight? I need to know stat. Okay, well, there's actually 3 questions here. The Caravanners, you guys are looking so healthy and happy. Any tips? What changes have you made? Melissa Bentley, how did you guys lose weight? You both look slimmer. Anytime that we upload a video or a photo or anything online, you guys always reach out and you always let us know that we look healthier and happier and stuff. And we are. I tell you what, on the road, we were in holiday mode for the whole 15 months, I reckon.
straight.
Like, it was wild. I don't know where our minds went, but we'd see a servo, we'd stop over, we'd see a cafe, a restaurant, we'd go there.
Hot Box was one of our...
Oh, God.
Was our best friend back then, wasn't it?
So anyway, we did put a lot of weight on, and when we stopped travelling, we just realised, holy moly,
Yeah.
we need to make some dramatic changes. Obviously, we don't want to give any advice on it because it's obviously not our realm of expertise, but we just had to... We're not a personal trainer, but yeah, we just, after travelling, I think you just kind of not got to be in holiday mode if you're doing it for a long time, because that we were, and we just, we piled them on. Our food intake was crazy.
It's dramatically decreased.
It's dramatically decreased now, which is what. So for next lap, we won't be in holiday mode.
No, we know.
All right, Fozzie's Ventures. Did you guys ever consider not settling back on the Gold Coast?
Yes.
Well, so the story is, if you haven't known us from the beginning, this whole travelling idea came up very quickly. He came to me, he asked me, and from that date to the date we left was 2 months.
Yeah,
so we literally
we had thought about it, like that'd be cool to do.
It'd be cool to do, but we never actually thought, oh my God, we could actually do it.
Yeah.
So we had no other choice but to sell the house. We didn't have enough savings to go that soon. So we sold the house. So
what was that actually? It was actually another YouTuber's called Now or Never.
Oh yeah.
I actually watched one of their very early videos, and they talked about selling their forever home, and that's what kind of made me go straight to them and say, well, is it our forever home here? And it turned out it wasn't. So.
Well, it's funny because that was our first home. We built it. We were in it for a year.
Yeah, we weren't in it for long.
And then we left. But I think I just had Freddie. I was coming to the end of maternity leave. TJ came to me and said, do you want to go travelling? And I was like, yeah, I actually do. Like, if we want to do something, let's do it. And that's kind of how we've always have been in life, I guess. We kind of just go, okay, meh. We don't think about it.
Sidetracked from the question.
Anyway, the question is, do we settle back on the Gold Coast? When we left the Gold Coast, we went straight to the Cape and came back down because we got married. We came back and we went, oh my God.
It was only
it was 3 months.
3 months.
We came back and we went, oh my God, this is wild.
It was too much.
It was too much. There's too many people. The traffic's crazy.
Traffic's just... That does it for me. It's just too much.
And then as soon as we came back, we went, no, actually, we're not coming back to the Gold Coast. So then we used our first lap as a bit of a gauge around Australia. And so we don't really know where we're going to settle down yet, but definitely not the Gold Coast. It's too expensive, too busy, too much of everything.
We want a more relaxed lifestyle.
Maybe near the coast. I don't know. We actually don't know. So we've got a few ideas, but I think we'll use the second lap as a bit of a have a look around.
We'll scope out some places.
Anyway, I went around that question really weirdly, but anyway,
we got there in the end.
If you don't know our story, go back to the really first video and have a look. All right, Dave, are the 5 Down Under shirts ready for purchase? I said for a very long time that I was going to get some shirts. We got some printed. They looked wicked. I know you guys, there were so many of you guys that wanted the t-shirts and stuff, which is so lovely. But I just...
It could happen, but...
Maybe if I can outsource that to someone else, then I'd love to do it.
Well, we kind of did it, made them, and then we kind of slowed down kind of thing. We kind of thought, no.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the back burner for a bit.
I don't know, it's just never
we're going to get a website up and running. We're going to do all that stuff, and then we didn't do that, and we're like, well, is it going to be hard now to sell it? So we just we didn't do it. And
maybe if someone wants to outsource it for me, does anyone want to do it for me? And then we'll print some t-shirts and we'll sell them.
You got to be cheap though.
Yeah, there's no profit really in the t-shirt industry, but anyway, so we would have loved to.
There might be in the future. We'll see what happens.
Deanne, how many Ks on your cruiser and how much are you loving the cruiser? Beast on the road.
It is a beast. So it has 250,000 kilometres on it.
Yeah.
So it's, they do go high.
She's loved.
It's a high kilometre car, yes. But it's been well looked after, which is why I picked it. And we hope that we can show, if you're looking at a higher kilometre landcruiser, we can show you the good, the bad, because I'll show you all that. If something goes wrong with it, we'll tell you. Yes, it has 250,000 kilometres. Am I loving it? Well, Leah drives it more than me.
I do at the moment.
Because
He's working, so
I'm working, so
I'm doing the school trips and all that, and then coming up to see him on R&R.
So the beast is a school bus kind of at the moment, but that's fine.
It is wicked, and I tell you what, having like a wagon back, like having space to put my shopping and like, because before I was having to put them in the toolboxes if the kids were all in the car, so it's just a completely different setup for me. But yeah, it was wicked.
I'd love to do I'd love to do it. I'm going to do it. I can't wait to drive on a dirt road, dusty road, and not get dust in the back of the ute.
Oh yeah,
the wagon will be sealed. Oh, it's just always dusty.
Always.
Like, didn't have to wait for a train.
Do you remember after the gib? We opened it up and it's just a layer.
The fridge had a layer of dirt on it. I was just like, no. So I can't wait to do a dusty road with the landcruiser.
Okay, our trips around Oz. How do you, Leah, make your eyelashes fabulous? They always look great.
This could be about me.
It is about you. She said TJ.
Yeah.
No.
Wrong ones.
So it's funny. Like I get
They're
so
fake.
many. They are fake. No, they're not. I get so many questions about it. I should really let me just give you a little close up here. Here's my little eyelashes. Hello. Funny. I just use, this is the only brand I use. It's called Colossal by Maybelline. I've tried a lot, and it's the only one I like, and that's the one I swear by. And if it's on at Coles or Woolies, they do half price, and it's $10, and I get about 4 packets in one go. So there you go.
There's the secret.
And I don't put 1 layer on, I put about 4 layers on. So and another question is, what schooling method did you use on your lap around Oz, and are iPads suitable, or is the laptop preferred for the age of your children? Parker is 10, Quinn is 8. They didn't really use their iPads for the schooling that we did. So we used Simply Homeschool. They're more of a hands-on, crafty sort of program, which we liked, but we also used Office Works and Kmart workbooks, like the NatPlan books and stuff like that.
They did do, what's the one called, the maths one? Mathletic? What they do? Sometimes on the...
ABC Reading Eggs.
Yeah, Reading Eggs, that's it. They did do that
it's not even close.
Yeah, it's close. I think pretty sure Mathletics was when I was at school.
Christ.
But they did use that on their iPad a little bit, but majority was maths and English books.
And then they used Simply Homeschool. We do like Simply Homeschool. Obviously, I think every homeschooling has pros and cons. So I would just ring, if you're looking at homeschooling program, look into just calling them up and ask them what their program's about. Some people, some programs phone you up if you haven't done your weekly work, or they try and get a hold of you, which is hard if you're on the road, you've got no internet, or I don't know, it's a tough one. Simply Homeschool was a bit more laid back in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't remember, what did our friends have? They did distance ed at the start. Yeah. And they said it was just, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Especially when you're travelling. So a lot of the days taken up from schooling, which you don't want to do when you're travelling. You're
travelling for a reason, and the kids are seeing things firsthand, and I think that's the best way of learning, instead of sitting in a caravan and you're doing books. Parker and Quinn went back to school, and they had no troubles at all.
Yeah,
so
they're not behind or anything.
They're not behind. So if that goes by anything, that just shows you that what we did was good enough, and which
worked, especially as us as teachers. So.
It's funny though, because you don't really know how you're going to go, do you? I mean, I've never taught anyone anything like that before, but
a lot of kids can struggle with it, so be prepared for that.
Absolutely.
Because we hear it and get asked a lot, and a lot of people say that those kids struggle with homeschooling, so it can be tough, but I don't know, hang in there.
Stick it out. Stick it out. The experience they're getting on the road is pretty amazing. Alright, I'm going to put this one down below. Users, something. I would like to see if you can do a video on what to look out for, advice on buying a good second-hand caravan. I've seen from other content creators that the ultimate electrical system for caravans is 1.2 kilowatts of solar, 600 amp hours of lithium batteries, and a 3,000 watt inverter. Would you agree?
Yeah.
That'd be the ultimate, wouldn't it?
That's more than what we've got. You haven't watched our old stuff. All we had in our last van was a 200 amp hour battery, 2,000 watt inverter, and 300 watt of solar. And we went around the whole Australia for 15 months with that. Yeah, I mean, we obviously didn't have that aircon on, but I mean, that's the only thing with the bigger systems. Like if you want to go gasless, I suppose, but we don't mind. I don't mind. I got gas everywhere in Australia, which it's not that expensive. Like, except for
Did
the
anyone
gib.
see the Gib episode?
You know,
what did we spend? $140 or something on a.
It was funny because someone put something up
gas
on their Gib Facebook page the other day, and I swear it was targeted at us because they said, "Oh, can I get gas on the Gib?" Someone's like, "Oh, someone did that on YouTube, and they paid like $140 for a gas bottle."
That was us.
That was us.
And you know what the funniest thing was? We didn't use it.
We didn't even run out of
We
gas.
didn't even need
on
it.
the other one.
Oh, that was
But
horrendous. That
anyway,
was.
we're getting sidetracked again, aren't we?
Anyway, so that is the ultimate setup, obviously.
Oh, you can go. Obviously,
But
you
you
can
can-
go bigger than that.
Yeah.
But from what I see as well, what people's setups they have, if you want to run your aircon, I'd say 600 amp hours is probably perfect. I'd love to have that. But yeah, you got to have the solar to be able to recharge that as well. So it doesn't matter how big you go, you got to be able to recharge your system. So I'd say it's kind of the perfect setup. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's
Depends what you're after.
Yeah, everyone's
I mean,
different. Like we don't cook with electricity. So would we need something that big? It would be only to run the aircon, I suppose. Which
to
we
be
didn't
fair,
need to on
no.
the,
So
yeah.
our 15 months on the road, the only place we really struggled was Carragini.
Yeah, on the way to
obviously,
Caravan.
no, it was at Carragini.
And
Remember we had like a
the
35-degree
first night,
night
it
or
was
something?
hot.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was
I was
hot.
literally like this on the bed,
Yeah.
like.
But then you
oh.
can't. I'm not sure, but I don't think you could run the aircon all night anyway with that kind of system without getting charge in. Like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
a
I
big
don't think
ask. You can cool
yeah.
the van down, but then when it's 35 degrees outside, it's just going to get hot again, isn't
again.
it? So, yeah, I don't know. It's. You
I reckon just do. If
Work out-
you've already got your caravan, maybe go away for the weekend, test it out, see what you need.
Yeah, you need to work out what power you're using. Like, you have a compressor fridge. We don't, so that uses gas as well. So that, like I said, the only thing we'd use it for, Starlink is our biggest.
That's
usage.
a bloody power chewer.
Yeah, we know you can
Jeez.
get 12 volt stuff now that people do, but we still don't have that. I'd say work out what you need first,
Yeah.
and then go from there.
And just about the whole second-hand stuff, we've obviously gone over that.
Yeah, we don't have any crazy tips. It's mainly
I
just
mean,
looking over the whole van.
This is our first second-hand van. Oh no, I mean we've bought a pop top before you guys even knew
The
us,
camper trailer was second hand.
and a
too.
camper trailer.
No, the other camper trailer was new.
Yes, but yeah, no, I mean this is our second-hand van. I mean,
Yeah, our first
I
one.
would just go through it. I would talk to the owners, see how they went.
And yeah, like we said, you can always get someone in if you can pay someone to come look at the
To
van
come and have
for
a look
you.
at it.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
They can go underneath and stuff if you don't know what you're looking for. So, okay, Tanya, when will you guys start lap number 2 around Australia? Yeah, we are hoping for next year.
Hopefully next year. Fingers crossed.
Oh, tailored touring Oz. What made you pick independent suspension over airbag suspension again? We didn't have it. If you were fresh in the game again and this van came up, would you have picked it? I'm going to go out on a limb and say I probably wouldn't have.
Pick the jayco.
I don't think I would, and I'm going to be very honest here. This might sound a bit funny. I really liked the Franklin because it was white, crisp. It felt, I don't know, like I had a vision in my head. You see all these family that are travelling Australia and they have all these like beautifully aesthetic caravans. I don't know, I don't care now that I've actually travelled Australia.
To be honest, if we were starting out again, I would have picked the tow vehicle first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we had to take our van because
We already had our car.
Yeah.
We weren't going to change that.
Like even the Jayco's light compared to most bigger off-road vans, and it was still fully loaded. Was too heavy for the ute. Even the Jayco's light compared to most bigger off-road vans, and it was still fully loaded. Was too heavy for the ute. Yeah, would I change the van? If I had a bigger tow vehicle, we probably would have got something probably quite a lot fancier.
Yeah.
Like proper off-road. We would have had an off-road van if we could have had one for sure.
Yeah.
We would have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's tough. Like we'll go into this in a little bit when we go through why we chose this car and caravan. But I think your views change a little bit. You realise that how often are you in the caravan when you're travelling Australia? You're out there.
Like would we?
I would say back then I probably wouldn't have. I really wanted a new van. That was just where my mindset was going.
If I was to do it again, the tow vehicle would be the thing I'd change to
First.
start off with first,
Yeah.
and then pick the van.
Yeah.
Whereas I had to pick a van that went with the tow vehicle.
Yeah, we didn't have much choice.
No, but hope that helps.
And how did you decide the east-west bed over an island bed? We didn't. It came with, and it didn't bother us, did
No,
it?
it doesn't
Which
bother
was
us.
fantastic. And I think, like I said, you're not in a caravan a lot when you're travelling. Obviously, maybe at night time a little bit, but during the day you're out at the beach, you're sitting outside. I don't think the inside of the caravan is as much as a factor as what I thought it would be.
No,
Do you agree?
You like the kitchen inside though,
Oh,
which is
oh,
weird
yeah.
because a lot of people don't like cooking inside, whereas
Oh, I love
she
it.
loves cooking inside.
I love
which is,
it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it's
you
not
prefer
funny. Do
cooking
you know why
inside.
though? I think because in England when I was younger, we used to have a caravan. It was just the big thing. That's what your holiday was. And we just used to always cook inside. That's just normal
They
for
were
me.
more
I
like
don't.
they were like a cabin, those caravans.
Oh, I know,
It
they were
wasn't
huge,
wasn't
yeah.
One of these
But I mean,
caravans.
We never
Yeah.
cooked outside. Obviously, it was England. But I mean. Okay, relaxing Kiwi. Is TJ still working, and how do you get a job that you can stop and start back anytime?
I am still working at this point.
Yeah.
When we first went back to work. I went back with my old boss on the Gold Coast, and now I'm back doing what I did before I met Leah.
Before he met me.
So what I work
The
on the
FIFO life.
well, I work on the power lines. If anyone wants to know, transmission power lines. I did that for 10 years, 8 years, 8 years maybe before I met Leah, and literally stopped once I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm back doing that now, and I don't know. I just knew a lot of people in the industry, so that's how I was able to get back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm back doing that.
Word of mouth. TJ's back.
Yeah, that's right.
Run.
Whatever. They love me.
Jay Wilfo, just wondering if you were tempted by any other vehicles or caravans as part of the new setup. If you didn't have a cruiser, what would you love to have? In our price range.
That's not asking that. No, the only other
It is.
vehicle.
If you were tempted by any other vehicles or caravans.
Yeah, but not if I could have any vehicle.
No, in our price range.
So if it wasn't a cruiser, it was probably going to be a patrol, a Y62 patrol, or the only other one was probably going to be like a V6 Amarok, something with a bigger motor. They were probably the only two. But then I didn't want a ute, so really it was probably out of the patrol or the Land Cruiser. I love 76 series Land Cruisers, but Leah can't drive a manual, so I couldn't get that. So I love them, and I know they're uncomfortable, and the 200 is way more comfortable. But yeah, Leah can't drive a manual, so I couldn't get that.
There's a story about that. I did try one time. And then my dad got annoyed at me because I just couldn't get it, and that was it. I didn't try again. And
You
that
drove
was
the old patrol on the beach. I think you got the second gear. The old patrol. I think she changed gears once. But yeah, no. So it was pretty much just a patrol or Land Cruiser, 200 series.
What about caravan? Was there anything else in the sort of bracket we were in, if you like? What else were we looking at? New gen? Next gen? What are they called?
We kind of had a price in mind that we wanted to spend.
Yeah.
So, and it was second hand. So the vans that we found when we were looking there was a few Jaycos.
Yeah.
Next gen.
What's the new one?
No,
See, I mean, there's so many caravans, you
Not
can't
New
even
Age,
remember.
It wasn't New Age. It was what are they called? It was what the Drew's Cruise had. Their caravan.
Oh God, you're asking. I don't know the names of stuff.
There was another one. I can't. I've had a blank. Anyway,
Look at his face.
They were the main three, really.
You haven't said the third one.
Yeah, I'm just saying. There was another one. I just can't remember it.
I'll put it in here if he remembers.
I'll have to Google it now. I can't believe I've forgotten it. Anyway, there wasn't that many because we were going second hand, and we had a budget in mind. We kind of had to come up near the budget. We had to look at them.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were pretty much Jayco, Next Gen, and she can't even remember either.
I don't remember what happened yesterday. I don't know caravan names, car names. That's not my forte. Snakeo 99. What are your plans for the rear fit out?
Oh, I still don't know. I have learnt, apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, I can take the rear seats out if I keep the seat belts in. I don't need to get it engineered. So that's if I can do that, that's awesome.
Yeah, comment below. Do we need to? Hopefully we don't need to.
I said this on the walkthrough, or might have been the other one. It will get a GVM upgrade, so there will be some kind of drawer system going in the back.
Fridge.
Well, I've bought an upright fridge, there you go. That's all I've got so far, is an upright fridge.
So good.
Yeah.
Don't have to dig for all your food.
Yeah,
Love
so there's
it.
an upright fridge, but there'll be some kind of drawer system. Even though we're getting a Gmail upgrade, I still want to find something that's really light,
Yeah.
and that's practical to use as well.
Yeah.
There's millions out there. Everyone's got one, so don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say I want to do something different, but
It'll be the same as
it'll be the
everyone
same as
else.
everyone else's, so I won't say that. There's no game change. There's just going to be some drawers and the upright fridge, really.
All right, complete chaos crew. Are the kids still in school? Yes, they are. Yep, they are. And they are loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Parker just had his first school camp the other
Parker
day.
just had his first
Yeah.
school camp,
He's getting bigger, growing up.
which is actually kind of scary. Oh my
Yeah.
god! But anyway, loved it. They love
They love
school.
school.
They love homework. I don't know.
They settled back in really well, which was good.
Yes, they found a good group of friends. They both did.
Yeah.
And just best case scenario, really. We're about to move again to be with TJ for work, so they're going to move schools.
We'll see how that goes, but
See how that goes. But I mean, I feel like, you know, they've done it. They've done it
They went
once.
to a new school every caravan park, so
Yeah, technically, they had
Met
to
new
meet new
kids,
kids,
so-
and
they should be fine.
I feel like that's what they got out of travelling. At the beginning of travelling, I don't know if I think I've said it before in early episodes. Oh my god, did they cling to my hip, and
Sure.
they didn't want to leave. They didn't want to see other boys and girls. They were actually kind of petrified. It really
Well,
scared
they
them.
didn't even like us. Like if we walked around the car without them seeing us, they didn't like that at the start.
No,
And
it's
then,
very strange.
You know, you travel and they're all right. I'm going to the park.
Oh my god, and
Take
then
the
they.
UHF with you. Go on. And then we'll just see ya. It's crazy.
It was completely day and night. Like
Yeah.
it happened in a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden they were just like, "Yeah, see you later. We found some friends. We're going to the trampoline." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" So anyway, they're still in school. They love it.
We ramble off topic so much, don't we? Sorry.
It's not
everyone.
we. It's him.
No,
That's
it's
me.
not. It's definitely you. It's like we changed the question.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Right, yes, they're in school.
I just love telling you I updated.
They're in
anyway,
school.
they're in school. They love it. They're doing great. They're about to move again. Hopefully, they do just as well in this
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
All right, Nathan Tyre. Hot tips for travelling with a 6-month-old Bubba. They're off next week for their lap, and love your channel.
Oh, exciting.
That is super exciting. How nerve-wracking, but super cool. I remember that. Like, and it came to like a week ago. And we were like, oh,
Crazy.
6-month-old Bubba. Good luck. No, I mean, we've shared it before. Freddie was a different breed for us. I don't know.
I'd just say don't worry about crying.
Oh yeah, so that was a big thing for us.
Yeah, we
Or
worried
for
too
me,
much.
did you care too much? I know I did. We'd park up next to someone, Freddie would be screaming, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, and then that would make me stress, and I wouldn't enjoy my time.
But
and
so many people would be like, "Oh God, your kids are really quiet." We're like, even Freddie. And so I think it was a while before I actually went, "Oh, maybe I'll go outside and walk around the van when he's crying."
And you cannot really hear, to be fair. So normally people in the caravan park anyway are just like, oh, your kids are awesome, or, you know, and they just love seeing kids run around and doing their thing. And not that a 6-month-old would,
Yeah.
but you never know.
But 6 months, that's the tip I've got really, is the crying thing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't know if you've looked at it yet. We had a mesh covering on our bed for Freddie on the bunk, so you literally can lock them in, and it's a mesh
Don't have to worry
thing.
about them. Most people get that these days, though.
Yeah, they're bloody brilliant. You can put them in. You can put them on, you know, the middle or the lower bunk or whatever, and sort of lock them in and see you later. No.
What tips is there?
White noise machine is amazing because then you don't have to sort of tiptoe around the caravan.
Yeah.
You can actually make a little bit of noise at night. Like right now we're talking quite loud and Freddie's in there with the white
Freddie's
noise
asleep,
machine.
yeah.
So and he's obviously gotten used to that a little bit, but yeah, I think a white noise machine, mesh, don't worry about
Yeah,
crying.
don't worry about crying.
Just enjoy yourself. I mean, when are you ever
Yeah.
going to do another lap? So
Yeah.
yeah, just enjoy it and get muddy and dirty and
They're only 6 months. They can't really move.
I don't know. They can
Is
sit
it?
outside and
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
enjoy it, really.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You'll find out what works for you anyway.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
It's pretty cool to spend that much time with your
Yeah.
little baby and go and travel Australia. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool.
But take turns in waking up for the baby. So.
Oh, that was another thing we did. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
I'd wake up one night, then the next night I'd have a full night's rest.
And I'd wake up, yeah.
That was a good one.
Take
yeah.
turns.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
another
yeah.
one. There we go.
Equal
Oh,
parenting
there you go.
101. Last question.
Last one. Here we go.
6-wheel wanderers. First of all, can we catch up for a drink on the road? Hell yes. If you don't remember, TJ doesn't drink, but
I'll take a coffee or a Coke Zero.
non-alcoholic
Oh,
beer.
yeah, I drink non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah,
I'd rather
absolutely.
I'm a coffee addict.
And second lap coming, next
Yes.
year. All right.
Yes. It's coming.
Thank you so much for your questions, guys. Seriously,
That was a lot.
that was amazing. Hopefully you're still here.
There wasn't that many questions, but we just rambled on a lot, so hopefully you're still tuned
It's
in.
not we.
It's you, definitely.
Anyway.
Alright.
All right, so let's talk about why we got the car and caravan that we got. Take it
Because
away.
Everyone else had a V8. I wanted a V8. That's right.
I think my views have definitely changed. We actually did go to the Caravan show on the Gold Coast, and we looked at
Oh, yeah, we looked at a
so
lot of
many
vans.
good vans. And you know what? It's so tempting. And we were like, we've just sold our first van. Obviously, we've just lost
The thing
money
is,
on it, obviously.
Yeah. So we sold it at a loss.
Yeah, obviously.
We're not going to make money on
Yeah.
well, not our van.
No.
But because we were tempted. We were
Yeah.
very tempted to get a new van. But then we're like,
But then you have to put
Yeah.
another wad of money onto that as well. And then if you go and sell that one again,
yeah, it would have
maybe
been.
you would have lost it again on it. And then we're
Yeah.
thinking, over that space of a couple of years, we might have lost about 60 grand overall just buying new
On
vans,
two
selling them,
vans,
new
yeah.
vans, selling them. And I just thought, I'd rather have that money for travelling. You know,
Yeah. So what we sold our old van for is what we paid for this van.
yeah.
Was it?
Pretty much a straight swap. This was a tiny bit cheaper.
Yeah. Yes, it's
So-
a couple of years older.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot more features.
Yeah, the off-road stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we definitely said, you know, on our first lap, you can do anything in a semi-off-road van, and we showed you that, and we did, which is amazing. But it's nice now that we can do another lap in an off-road van and see
Yeah, the difference.
the difference. See if we notice, you know, maybe we won't stress out as much. I don't know.
Well, I never really stressed out. Probably the first time we went to Cape York was a bit stressful.
Yeah, that's true.
But after the end of it, we just used to just go down dirt roads like they were pretty much nothing.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Um,
So yeah, so we were pretty much sitting on Facebook. Well, he was sitting on Facebook Marketplace
Always
pretty
am.
much every single day.
still am.
He does it every day, even though we've now got this set up. He'll still go on there. But yeah, we sold the van. We weren't really looking, but then this one came up, and we've obviously heard about jaycos. Obviously, with any van, you're going to hear bad and good things. But it is like we said at the beginning, it's one of the most commonly seen vans on the road.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Australian made, which is brilliant.
Oh, service centres everywhere. There's parts available for them everywhere. Yeah, we like the Australian made side of things.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it come down to how much it cost.
Absolutely. That was a
Yeah.
big factor. Obviously, like we said, we just didn't want to spend a lot more money on getting another new van instead of that money just going straight to travelling, because I mean that's our end goal here. We're not, you know, like I
Well,
said,
when we originally put our old van up for sale, we weren't actually looking at buying another van.
no,
Really.
God no, we weren't.
No, but then when I was going to be working away, we're like, well, maybe we get a van. We can start going away on school holidays, and then we're like, well, maybe we find something that we're actually going to go travelling in again.
We wanted something off road that was just a bonus, and to get that within our budget
Yeah,
was fantastic.
It was hard to find though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
We wanted off road. I wanted front storage. All the other things we said that we liked in the van, but we could have got that on a semi off road van. But yeah, and this come up and it was perfect.
But yeah, like after going travelling, you realise that you are literally seeing the same sights as the next person that might be in a tent. So really, whatever setup you're in,
Oh, you can go wherever what you got.
you just, if you've got, it doesn't matter what you've got, just get out there, go. Don't stretch your budget to have the best of the best if you don't want to. Put that money towards travelling.
But yeah,
And
you don't have to go and get a van like we did. Like you can stick with your semi off road.
Oh, God, yeah.
Leaf sprung.
Yeah,
We just wanted to change it up, really.
yeah.
Like people do.
And we didn't spend any more money. So
No, yeah, so that was a bonus.
I mean, yeah, it's a couple of years older, but you know, we've got an off-road van now, and we've got the layout that we actually ultimately wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just get out there, do your lap in whatever you've got,
Yeah,
and you'll
that's it.
still see the same places that we've just seen or whatever. So
if you watch us, you know that anyway. Like, we took
Yeah.
our van on the Gibb River Road, which
Yeah.
everyone said you can't do with lease run
Yeah,
vans.
don't do
We've
it.
been doing it for years. So, yeah. So
don't do it, you'll break your fridge.
Ultimately, why we got this van was the price.
Yeah,
Um,
Australia made.
yeah, the history too. I liked that a family had travelled in this van,
Yeah.
so they worked out the kinks of the van from new because they had it from brand new. Parts available everywhere, and that's what it comes down
It's
to.
a well-known brand as well. I mean, like we said earlier, go on your Facebook groups, search about them, see what people see the problems with Jayco's or whatever van you're looking at, and
Yeah, but
look
like I
into
said,
it. And
you're
you're
always
always
going to
going to
find the bad
find
stuff online.
Yeah, absolutely.
About every brand.
Yeah.
You know, $150,000 vans have problems online.
Oh, I
you
know.
But
Wild.
yeah, anyway, do your
Yeah.
research.
All right.
I'll quickly go over why we changed the car.
Yeah.
Pretty much it come down to, with this van, we couldn't fully load it, so I could only load the van. It's only 100 kilos heavier on the ball weight. I'm so confused at the moment. 100 kilos heavier than what the old van was, or 100 kilos less payload because of how heavy it is. So it's either we didn't load it all the way up and we kept the ute, or I looked at upgrading to something that could tow it. So I was like, well, if we're going to do a lap again, I'm going to want to fully load it up. So
Plus, we want to get a boat, obviously.
Yeah, the boat.
We want to do another lap with a boat. That
and
is
just
a
the
must.
room with the kids. So there was squishy in the ute for the kids. There was no room. So yeah, we got something massive. Leah calls it a semi-trailer. So when she picked it up, she's like, "Oh, I just picked up a
I
semi-trailer."
actually was not comfortable driving it. I'm just going to put that out there. It was.
Too big.
It's wide.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
It is pretty wide.
We love it. We love the new setup. We hope you guys do too. I know a lot of you guys have reached out and said how much you love that we love the new setup, because obviously a lot of travelling families are out there, and they've got the best of the best. They've spent a lot of money, which is fantastic, because if you can do it, do it,
some
whatever.
Nice vans out there, isn't there?
And it's great, good, but that's
We couldn't
not.
afford to do
we
that.
couldn't,
No way.
and we want to put our money to as much travelling as we can.
Yeah.
So that's just our story, and that's fine. That's
Yeah.
Ours is just we want to get out there as quickly as we can, and see more of Australia, and that's
So
ultimately.
we didn't spend any more money on what we spent on the other van, because what we sold it for, we bought this one for.
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, well, the Landcruiser was cheaper than the ute to buy brand new, so which I think is a good deal, because Landcruisers aren't cheap these days, even old ones. But yeah, so there we go. Hopefully that's cleared everything up.
Hopefully we've answered all your questions. If you do have any other questions, pop them below. I'll always comment back. I'll always get back to you sometime.
Eventually, there is a lot.
There is a lot.
Yeah, which we love.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, hopefully that's cleared up a few of the things. Why
Sorry
we got.
for rambling on. Well, Leah's sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I
Leah's
like how you
sorry
said
for
it.
rambling on.
But anyway, hopefully you love the car and caravan, and because we definitely do, and we cannot wait to get it out fully in Australia again next year.
No, well, we've got a pretty cool trip coming up soon.
We do.
Which will test it out.
Yeah.
Which will test.
Well, next week we've already done, so we'll see you for some beach driving next week, which is super cool.
Yes.
It's a cool little spot. But we do have a little getaway booked in for May-ish. So
that'll test the setup out properly. Properly test it out. So stay tuned for that one.
That's exciting. So we just love this caravan. We love
awesome.
to take it away.
We wish we could just start travelling now, but
I mean,
funds don't allow that.
Yeah, let's not beat around the bush. YouTube does not pay for
Doesn't pay
for travelling.
for travelling.
Not for us anyway. So we are, TJ's gone back to work, and obviously
We're
I've
saving
got.
up for us to get on the road again.
That's
There we
right.
go.
100%. Are you trying to
All right.
stop me from talking?
Yeah, I think we've.
You just cut
I
me
think
off
we've
then.
annoyed everyone for long enough. My coffee's gone too.
Yeah,
so.
mine's cold.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week for our beach driving episode. Don't miss
Yes.
that. We get the car on the beach for the very first time. That is super, super cool. And we'll see you really soon. Bye, guys.